Hello, welcome to a new video on Sunday morning. So today we are going to do a little bit different. I'm doing a screencast because I want to explain how the new features work and also talk a little bit about what you can do with Google Maps related to that and show you some new things that I will be working on probably still today, which I think are interesting. So, yeah, knowing me, it will probably take a half an hour or 45 minutes, but I will try to recap in the beginning what we are going to do. And the reason it's going to be a little bit longer, because I always make long videos, that's kind of how I am. But also because I want to show you some deeper features, which I don't think many people have found, for example, in Google Maps, which is more interesting if you're traveling or if you're going to watch these videos to see the different time frames, for example, what you can do with Google Maps. So a little bit vague, but let's get going. So the three things I'm going to show you first is how the new feature works. So we will start yesterday's videos. I've put this in several videos. I will also look at several videos in this presentation. But the first one I'm going to watch is the one from yesterday, if you, for some reason, were not able to turn it on. As you can see, we already have 200 members almost, so not party time because it's only 200. And again, it's not a goal, but it's found it interesting that we are on 199. So let's watch yesterday's video. I'll put it full screen. And you can see what I've done is that in the video already explained it, but just in case, and this works on multiple of the older videos, the last 4 or 5. I'm not doing it on all videos because it's costing me about $2 per video to make them, because you have to pay Google to get this information. Anyway, so you turn subtitles on. Now, of course, it will, what it always does, and it still works, in this case, translate my speech to English. But the nice thing is what you can do is you can go to subtitles, and that's what I explained, and you can go to, you see that there's 2 languages. You can also turn another one on. And if you turn Bobo on, what you will see, if you were quick enough in the beginning, so let me scrub back, it tells you, yes, you found them. Yes, wait a little. But you will also see if I scrub, it gives you information on where I am. So, yeah, let me do the beginning of the ride. Here we are. Of course, I can see in the map where I am, but many people wanted to see on what street we are. Now, for now, it's a tiny bit nerdy. I will explain why I've done this, partly because I'm still trying to figure the technology out. I made the software for this myself, and I'm a software developer, so that's not that weird. But you can see I've put the location, so the street name, the postal code, the city and the country where we are at. Also the satellite position and the time I just need for now to make sure that I'm a little bit in sync with what we are showing on the video. So I'm using the GPS data to try to figure out where we are, and then using Google Maps, or basically one of their APIs, and that's what you have to pay for per request that I do. Is I get the information and I put it on the screen. And that's already a nice feature, especially because you can turn it on and turn it off. So if you don't like it, you can just turn it off. And it will also start supporting multiple languages. I will probably then announce that in a video, but I think I will split it into, for example, where we are, but also some technical information of how fast we are going, what direction, what elevation are we at. Are we below seawater in the Netherlands or above seawater? Might be interesting. So more information I will put there. So that's basically the first feature I wanted to show you. The second one I want to show you is how this can be linked to Google Maps. So I'm going to a random place in this video and show you. So let's take this one over here. I leave it on pause, but if you of course play, you can see it going. And now you can use this number, but I find it quite difficult. There's also a new number that Google is pushing, sort of like a code that you can give in. But I found personally that just the name is the easiest way to do it. So I'm assuming that you're watching on your phone or watching on your laptop, and then have a second screen open, or you can have a second screen open to do this. I'm also assuming, and that's why I kind of like this method. Of course, it would be nicer if you could click on it and you would automatically jump to it in another window. That's not possible in YouTube, and even if I could try to hack it into YouTube, it will probably get me kicked out of YouTube. So I'm not doing that for now. There might be other technical tricks that I can use, and if you have ideas, please let me know. Both in concept, so because you are, I don't know, standing at a traffic light, and you can detect that by looking at something, I don't know, you could do this or that. I will talk a little bit more about when we are talking about the future. But if you have ideas about what to put here and why, please tell me. Most likely I will put this information there in the future. I will remove the satellite position. I don't think it adds much value. I will put it in a different subtitle track, so a different one from Bodo. And I think I'm going to put the elevation here and the speed that we are going as in the future. But I still need to work on the code to make that happen. So why is it interesting? Because we now know where we are and lots of people ask for it. So it shows you which city, which streets and which village and stuff like that. Most likely the country will not change a lot. So I almost took it out, but I think if people are random jumping into a video, then it might be nice to know that they are in the Netherlands, I guess. So yeah, I'm probably going to leave that. So let me go open a window in Google Maps and put it over here. And this is how I do it. And you can see how well it works in a way. So I just go to Google Maps and I give in the first part of what I see in the address. Now, I found this to be the easiest way. Of course, it knows important addresses to me, but I will put it in like this. And most likely you only have to give in like this, or also add the postal code. So if you add the postal code, which I think in this case, I'm not sure how much you need to give in to be very precise, because most likely if I do this, right, Vleutsweg 220 Utrecht, it's already enough. But since I'm in Utrecht, it might automatically select the city of Utrecht. If you're in America, it might automatically select you or suggest to you Utrecht in New York, because there's also a Utrecht in New York, and it might automatically select that for you. So you have to type a little bit more to get the correct one, but I think that will work itself out. So I can now click here. I will make this a little bit bigger, and I'm assuming that you're paused the video or not, whatever you want. And you now have this screen open and you can wander around. And I think that's a very powerful feature. So first thing you can do is to check if you are in the correct location. You can press on Street View and we can indeed see, yes, we are at this building. I will close this up a little bit. And we are actually where the system claims that we are. So you can see we're actually a tiny bit off because I am only doing one of these positions. We are more here. If you look at this building over here, and you can see there's that building over there. And now you can look around. The reason why it's sometimes a bit off is that I need to pay about ½ a cent per every time that I ask Google where I am. And if this is 30, let's say an hour video, that would mean 3,600 requests, and that would mean about $2 just to figure out for an hour video where I am. So it will also mean that we have 3,600 subtitles, so every second a subtitle, and that will make you go crazy and probably also gives a hint to YouTube that we are doing something funny. So I decided to put it in once every 10 seconds if something is happening. So yeah, that's why it might be a tiny bit off. But in my testing, I found it's always so close that you can quite easily in Google Maps figure out where we are actually at. I hope this makes sense. And of course, you have some extra information because what I do put there all the time is where I am on the bike, right? So you can already see this building, is this building, is this building. So now the nice thing, of course, I can look around. I can go into different streets. And more important, I can get more information about this area. So why might this be interesting? Now let's take, and we are for me in kind of an important spot, because that was my parents' home. I go one step further and I look back and I can see different dates where this was made. Now it doesn't go back as long as as I would have liked, but you can see that there's pictures in different times. So I can look how this looked in 2021, which was the same. Maybe it goes so far back then they were still building it. No, there is, but I will show in another example. I will show you how it has changed over time. So this is kind of how it works, and you can also go back, of course, in the overview and then do all the tricks that you can do in Google Maps, right? So you can see all the things which are local. So if you go quickly next to a shop, you can probably find out a shop here and quickly look at it. You can do zoom out and zoom in so that you can see more where we are in the relationship to the city. So that's kind of interesting. Like I said, I think this is quite a powerful sort of feature. I will show it later in the video, some more interesting things. First, I want to show you some other tricks. So I'll put this one away a bit. Because there's another part which is interesting. Before we go to the future, is that because we have turned this on, there is also, if we do more, you can do show transcripts. It's now in Dutch, sorry for that. But if you do show transcripts, it's basically showing you the subtitles. But because we put weird stuff in there, you can already see that now on the side of my video, you see all the subtitles, in our case, which are locations, and I actually can jump right to it. So, for example, one of the more famous things in Utrecht, of course, is the Dom. So if I go there, which I think is in this video. No, I didn't put in this video. So we are on purpose going to another video. So I go back. And of course it remembers... oh, sorry. Let's go back like this and then do it like this. So if I go back to the video I put online a few days ago, which I already put this information in, you can see that if I go somewhere randomly and I turn this feature on, so more, and then maybe there's a button for it, I don't know. But there it is. You see the transcripts, but now I can sort of scrub it through this and see the different locations. So if I want to go to the Oude Gracht, which is one of the canals, I can press on it and you see we jumping to the Oude Gracht. If I go, and maybe I can even search in this, that's a good question. No, well, would have been nice. Maybe you can search in some other way, I'm not sure. But you can see I can go to different locations. So if, for example, I want to see the Dom Tower, I can press here, and now we are in the Dom Tower. Actually, we are riding through the Dom Tower. Of course, I want to see a little bit earlier, so I can press a few seconds earlier, and you can see that we are going to ride towards the Dom Tower and then go through it. I think this is kind of fun. And if I want to go here, so we are now in the Dom Tower and we're going out of it again. Again, I think this is kind of cool as a feature. So let's go into what I'm going to do in the future. So yeah, based on this information, I will try to tune it a little bit, but we can do more. I'm pretty sure if you're using YouTube a lot, you know that you can find some people or most people who do that by hand. Also a list here of all the chapters. And the nice thing about chapters is that you find them back in this line over here. Not now, because I didn't add them yet. But what I'm going to do is, based on other information, I'm going to automatically start adding chapters. So, for example, if you are in a city like Utrecht, of course, if I go to a random place, so let's go back to this place, the Vleutenseweg, but now at night. This area is called New England, and the other side is called Lombok, right? So I can use not only the street name, but I can also find out which city or village we are in and which sub area we're in. So if we take it in the American sort of, let's say New York again as an example, you have an area called the Bronx, you have areas called Manhattan, and you can sort of figure out, and maybe there's even sub parts to that. I can use that to automatically start making these chapters. So I can't put the location there because we would have like 200 different chapters. That doesn't make sense. But I can probably figure out which area we are in, and then this video might be automatically chopped up into 10 chapters which you can navigate. And you can also see again in the subpart. Now, I think this becomes really interesting because you can jump to the different points or see which point there are, right? So you can, for example, see, hey, we are now still in Leidse Rijn, and we are now in an area called Thomas Kempen's plantsoen, and we are now in Lombok, we are now in the inner city, we are now at Kanalenland, so stuff like that. I think that's kind of interesting, so that I'm going to try to program that today, and I will put it in a different language. I'm not sure what language I'm going to put it in, but maybe I will make a new shorter video if you don't mind, just showing you the updated version of this. So that's basically the three things I want to show you. But I will also show you now a few examples of where I think this becomes quite interesting. And let me use this video as an example. So let's go back. And of course you can scrub, right? You can sort of see where we are. And let's go back to, I think, an interesting point that people always like here is that if we are driving through the... Am I here? Am I here? Am I here? So I'm going to start here and make it bigger again. You can see that we are now entering the entrance to the underground parking area. So if I play, again, I see where I am at, right? So I will let it go a little bit further. Okay, so it claims that I'm at Moreelse Park 67. So I'll do it in the other window again. And go to Google Maps there. And enter in Moreelse Park 67 Utrecht. And I will show you what you get. You get this. And I can again confirm by clicking the street view and closing this up that I'm in the correct location. I'm looking in the other way around, but that's okay. We are indeed over here. We are a little bit off again. So I go here and that's where we are. So, and again, this is an interesting area because of course it has been redone in the last few years. Because the underground, well, we can probably see when it was opened, because I can click here more dates and you can see there's two dates, 2020 and 2018. And you can see in 2018, this area was not fully done. And you can do this anywhere in the world, right? This is not specific, this is more like how to use Google Maps. But if I walk around and I put this on Recente, the recent ones, you can see if I jump around, and this is kind of a special area because they've been rebuilding, so the Google car could not drive everywhere. If I jump here, there might be more dates, right? So if I click here, I see, whoa, there's dates from 2014. So if I now click here, I can see, and this is kind of my history of this. So normally in the old days, the bus to my area was actually over here. You can see that here was some parking for bicycles, and everybody would put bicycles there. But you can see the bus to my place is over here. It's now on the other side because this is the whole entrance now to the underground area. And the taxis are also over here. And you can see that they started to build in 2015. 2017, they are a little bit further along. 2017, they're still not done. Now, I can't see more here, probably because the Google car could not take a picture. But if I jump here, and you can see, oh, hold on, in this position, there's more information. So I can go back to, again, 2014, but I also have 2017 and 2020. And there might be, if I go further back or along and just walk around, and sometimes it's a little bit figuring it out, you can find more locations where there's older dates, if that makes sense. The other thing which you can do is if you go back to the map, you can go here, but I find that most of the time that's not handy because this works differently. So I normally click out of it. And now, of course, we get the overview and again, where we are. And I can also, of course, put the satellite on. And we can even, of course, forgot about this, do the 3D view, right? So you can fly around, look around, zoom in and zoom out, which is basically the one that I put on top. But you can see if I put it in 3D view and I kind of fly around, we are looking at this big thing, right? So that's the thing. Oh, let me hit play. So we are entering the underground parking, right? So I see this thing over there, which is quite easy to find. So I know that I'm over here. And the fun part, if I do the dropping of the position, you can see that there's more places where I can actually, even inside the building at times, look. I will show later an example where that's even more clear, but I can, for example, put it over here. Oh, it does not always work, because sometimes Google put it in the wrong location. But now I lost my mouse. Technology is failing me, which always happens in these videos if you want to show some more high-tech stuff, right? But let's try again and hopefully it will pick it up now. Let's put it here and see what it does. Yeah, now, for example, it jumped me to the top layer. So clearly I can't bike there, but you can see I'm now on the top layer, first floor, where they have made this walking area. You can see that we are now below the I call it an umbrella. I'm not sure what it is, but there is a big thing they put there. So if it's raining, you don't get wet, which is kind of fun. And you can walk around part of the central station, the first floor. I will show you later with the castle an example of where they went even further. So there is more to find. And again, of course, they only did this one time. So yeah, it does not show you everything, but yeah, again, kind of nice. So let me show you another example. And what I would suggest is that you fiddle around here, because what you also find is people who have taken pictures, right? So I'm not sure what this dot is, but if I hang over it, you can see and hold it for a second. You can preview of what we are going to see. So you can see that people added pictures, sometimes from inside, sometimes from outside. So I can click here and now we see a picture made by this person of the inside of the central station in Utrecht. Again, this is more a demo of how Google Maps work, but you can see that combining with these types of bicycle videos, it's quite a powerful solution. So move this back and show you another one in another video. Just in case you have not seen it, let's go through the bike parking. Of course, then it also is an interesting sort of problem, is that the satellite can't see if we are below ground. So you see that it does not change now anymore. If nothing happens, I take the subtitles away after 10 seconds. Most likely, I should. But you can see it does not update until we get out of the garage again. And you can see the top line, right, of course. In the new videos, I made it red on suggestion of somebody. Forgot your name, sorry. You always lose a lot of your IQ points the moment that you start talking. into a microphone or in front of a camera or on stage. So you can see that the location now started popping up again. So let's go to another video and show you. I think I will jump. Well, let me do one more just to give you an example when we go to the DOM again, because it kind of is a precursor to one I want to show you later, where they put a little bit more effort into it. So when were we going to the DOM? There we are. So you see we're going to the DOM again, and of course if you're close, you can already now click here and it will automatically go there, right? Which is kind of cool if you turn the transcripts on. So I'm now bicycling and explaining in the audio, and you might, of course, the audio is also a hint, right? So if you're listening to me and I'm talking about this is a university building and there's a garden there, now it might be interesting to see inside the garden. Now, sometimes Google has done that. So in this case, I go back and I hope you trust me. Well, let me do it live. So I go back to a different location. So let me go cleanly to Google Maps again, maps.google.com, and enter Domplein for Utrecht. I always not sure why this always opens up, I don't like it. And I also personally prefer to turn the satellite view on. Maybe you can do that default, I have no idea. And now I'm zooming in. You see I'm over here. Let me rotate it a little bit so that it's a little bit easier for you to grasp where we are. Probably like this. So we are cycling like this over here. And again, you already see some interesting parts. But one thing that you see is that if we now take the little Google Street thingy, you can see where Google has made stuff for us. And weirdly enough, or nicely enough, they also did it in this garden, which you normally don't get to with your car, or we can't see it in our video. But now I can jump in here and I can look inside the garden and walk around, walk outside this way, which is a different way. So I guess we have to click here. So that's the other entrance to the garden. And I can walk. Oh, come on. There has to be a way that I can click here. I guess I can't. So I go out of it again. And to do it the same thing, but now I go to this entrance. You can actually see I can walk from the place where I'm bicycling, right? It's always during demos you make weird mistakes, right? Again, I was on the wrong side. I was bicycling on this side. So let's say I started the university building, which is here. Now, of course, in this day there was a truck here, but I can walk over there, and there you see the entrance I was talking about. So I can move to that entrance. It's now over there. Oh, come on. For some reason, it doesn't let me in. But this is more like Google Maps. It's a very fun tool, but sometimes you have to fiddle around a little bit. So if I go do it like this, then I can jump in. There should be an arrow here. Oh, there it is. Did you see it? There was the arrow. So we can actually move in through the door. What's more likely is, of course, you just drop your pin in the correct position, right? So if you want to look inside, don't try to walk in, but just drop the pin where you want it. But you can see also a lot of stuff inside, a lot of pictures. And again, you can preview if you go over it, of inside the church. That one. Of course, this a little bit depends on what pictures people put in. So in this case, I'm in the garden again. That's why I say this videos will take a long time, because, well, what can I say? I'm always fiddling around. I want to be in the church. I want to see an example of in the church. Somebody should have made a picture inside the church, right? Come on. This is inside? No. Nobody has made a picture of inside it? I'm kind of shocked about this, but oh well. Well, maybe somebody took a picture from the top of the tower. Oh, sorry, the pictures looked like this. That's probably the reason. I'm so confused. Why am I not getting pictures? Show me pictures. Show me pictures. So this is... Anyway, you fiddle around and there should be... maybe I'm missing a function of where the pictures are. So, but you can fly around, figure it out, and to go into 3D view and out of 3D view, and yeah. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of stuff that you can do once you link the position which we now have to this one. I want to show you another example which I think works better, because I expected also pictures here. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing them, but we're going to the next one, which is in another video, because I think that's kind of a cool example. And if I know it up front, I will also say this in the video next time. Of course, I didn't do it now because I actually did not know how complete this was. So I will go back to the videos. And now select the one that we are going to the castle. Now in this case it becomes a more interesting, let me jump around a bit. And of course I can turn the transcripts on again. And navigate through here. And again I will work on these names that they look nicer. And I'm also pretty sure that in this case we will find chapters in the future where you already see that we are in the location we want to be. So we're going to go to Haarzuilen. So now I still have to scrub. But here we are in Haarzuilen, but not at the castle. But again, this is not a bad example. If you enter this this address, you'll see that you can walk around this little village, which is cool. But we want to go to the castle. So here we are, nearing the castle. And I actually am talking about how far this actually is from the real location. And this might be a good starting point to try. Because I'm talking about the water thingy here, where I took this picture, and this distance from the swan to the castle is actually quite far. So let me show you what I mean. Because you could see it a tiny bit in the map I showed above, but not really clearly. So what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it on the other screen, is type on the address again. So Rijndijk number 1 in Utrecht. And then I'll put it back. And you can see what I was talking about. You see already where I am. I'm here. And you can see this is the shape. So I took the picture from here. Now, and you can see if I zoom out a tiny bit, I guessed it was 300 meters. To be fair, I have no idea. So the castle is over here. I was clearly not standing in the water, so I was standing over here that I took this picture, and the swan was probably somewhere over here, right? So this might only be interesting to photography nerds, but let's go into the satellite view, again, you can see where I'm biking and you can see where I am. So my guess was pretty on spot that I was at the same sort of position. But now we can drop a little guy in there and actually go here, because this is one of the locations that Google has totally mapped an attraction. So in this case, I can jump here. Hopefully I did it correctly, and turn around. And there we see the water. We might be able to stand in the middle, maybe. No, they were not nice enough for us to stand in the middle. But you can see this is actually the view that you can see in the picture here, right? It might not look like it because of the lens, which I was talking about, that the lens compresses so much that look, the swan is pretty close to the castle. But we can actually check how close it was, because there is the castle and the swan was probably over here. And I took the picture like this. So we can kind of see how much the distance is. Again, I know I'm now being nerdy and stuff. But so we were standing here, and I think we can use the measurement tool, distance from here to the castle, which is here. Oh, hold on. Which is, let's say it's here. Oh. It's actually 450 meters. So that's a quarter mile. Amazing, right? Of course, there's now pictures here. You can, oh, I'm in this distance sort of thingy. So if I turn this on, I can click here, I guess. And there you can sort of see the attraction, and there should also be pictures here. So I should be able to drop it here and look around again. Of course, I selected the only one. Oh, there it is. Oh, actually, oh, look how cool. This is what I'm saying. Make sure that you look around attractions. So in this case, I'm actually having information from a guy called Christian Roost, and he actually took up on his drone, and you can look at the whole thing from the top view. I mean, let's be fair. This is pretty awesome, right? So, and I think I can probably also navigate from here. No, I can't. So I have to go back. There might be people who know better than me how to use this tool. But I think all the spots are probably from drones. So if I drop it here, again, a drone shot. And you can see how big it is, right? You can't click here, which is pity. Made in 2022. There might be more ways to navigate this, I'm not sure. But you can also go on the roads. So for example, let me scroll up. I could actually go to the area where I was talking about, and oh, I'm now a tiny bit out of it. So you have to zoom in a little bit to be more precise. Of course, I was dropping it here, and I should have dropped it here. So again, I can drop it here and just start walking to the castle if I want to. How unlucky can I be that I'm hitting not the path? So over here. Yeah, now I can walk around. So you can see I can move around. You can see this is quite a far walk, right? Oh, there you see some of the swans. Oops, in this area. Am I still walking the correct direction? Even in a park, I'm losing my directional feeling already. Okay. I'm going out of this, and so just to show you how cool this can be, we see something, I'm not sure what the English word for it, Doolhof. Yeah, what's the English word? We can quickly Google that, what the English word is for Doolhof. Engels voor Doolhof. A maze, of course. Sorry. So they also made a maze here. Now I've dropped my window. Oh, come on. This was is expected if I'm doing this stuff. I'm slowly but surely making a mess of things. So I'm going to give in the address again and put it on the main screen. And because I wanted to show you that you can actually go inside the Doolhof, which is kind of cool. So we are in the starting point again. I turn the map on. I move around, and if I now click this, I'm a little bit off target. If I click this, you can see there is a Doolhof. Well, of course, I don't see it now. I'm not going to restart making this whole video again, so you're stuck with me. But this is kind of also how it is, right? So, the fun part is that you can sort of spend hours just looking around a different area, because there is a Doolhof somewhere. Where is the Doolhof? You might see it, but I don't see it. Oh, it's further along. It's more here. Yeah, it's next to this one. So you can see that I can drop my little guy into the Doolhof. And we are now actually walking inside the maze. So we can follow the maze and try to find our way out. Well, except that you can jump in this way. But you can see it's kind of fun. Oh, here are the pictures. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. And also here, of course, you can sometimes go back in time and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show you how powerful some of these tools are. And I'm not sure how much in the Netherlands has been mapped, let's say, to this second level, where you can see even more. But there might be quite a few areas. And of course, if you are doing it in other locations, then you might also find a lot of stuff. I think it's kind of cool. Let me show you one more example, because we have been passing it so much. Of course, I'm making a stupid mistake again. So opening my screen like this. Oh, I should not do this. Like this. But so let's take this video again, where we go over the bridge, because I wanted to show you part of the building we were talking about, and I'm hoping that I show you the pictures of the bridge being placed and built, and I'm wondering how far Google has mapped that for us. So again, what I can do, I can pause it here, give in this address. I will open up a new window, but now put it on another page and then do this. And sorry about all the nerdy stuff. If you're still with me, and go to Oude Vleutenseweg 33. So I decided that the farm, I think that's the farm, that's actually the address that it found. Yeah, so the farm is actually the address that we gave in. So, but again, I can stand probably here on this road and just look around and go back in history. So if I go here and I look around, you can see this picture was last made in June 2023. But if I hit this, we can see older years, and you can look around and you can see that they are building this area. And if we are lucky, I can look around maybe get a little bit closer. Hopefully it will still go back in time. Yeah. One more close. Oh, no, I wanted to go there. I think this is a good position. Let's also hope that we can go back in time. Yeah. So 2009. You can see the bridge is not there. There's one bridge. This one's already there. But the one I was talking about in the video is not there. So I can click around and you can, if you're very lucky, you will find it being moved in, but that would be weird. And of course you can maybe in the far away see that it's being built at some point. There it is, right? 21 is there, 22 is there, 2019 is there, 2018 is there. And I said it was built in 2017. Of course, I'm not lucky. 2018, and then the next one is 2015, and then the bridge is not there. So maybe we are lucky if we go there, because I know. Again, of course, I'm now using some knowledge of where I am, but the bridge was actually built over here. So if I put, well, we can also look from the water side. So if I go from the water side, there's only one picture, so I don't want to do that. So but if I go on this little road here, I wonder how many pictures there are here. Well, there are multiple dates, but only 2, which is a pity. I was hoping that we can see the bridge being built. I'm not sure if we can also change dates on the overview, if that makes sense. Would be cool if we can. Let me try one more thing. Maybe it took more pictures from this side. You see the bridge over there? And maybe if we are lucky, we can see the bridge being built. So this 2015, and they built a bridge over here somewhere. So maybe we are lucky and we can see it. There it is. See, there is the structure of the bridge. No bridge, bridge, and there is gone again. So now it's there, being built. Maybe we can even, there it is. There is the bridge. Isn't that cool? I'm sorry, but I think this is pretty awesome. So there you can see they were building the bridge, and then drove it all the way that direction, as I showed in the picture, and it goes over here. So yeah, like I said, maybe it's just me being a nerd, but I think it's amazing what you can do. And what I will try to do in the next few weeks is create even more software, so give you, let's say, hints and maybe some clickable things like the chaptering I was talking about, to give you more handholds to find stuff online in Wikipedia, in maybe image databases, and in Google Maps to explore areas that I am showing in the videos. And depending on how this evolves, I might share it to other YouTubers that they can also use these tools to put them into their videos. So yeah, thank you for watching. Let's put it on play again. This was also kind of a fun area. I don't want to go into this, but you can also, so Google also did the inside of this, and you can actually also look inside if you again enter this location. So I would hope that you are willing to look around. But of course, I built in this feature not for you to look around in Google Maps for hours like I'm doing, but you might hit up on one spot that I in the future say, hey, you might want to stop the video, enter the address in the maps, and you can look around. Or if you're really interested in a certain area, for example, you're like me, you like windmills, then if I'm cycling next to a windmill, you can actually look at the address, fill it in, and if you're lucky, you can find a lot of pictures and walk around the windmill based on the Google Maps information. So thank you for watching. I have no idea how long this video is, probably quite long, But if you're still with me, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video. And I will make really small updates if I build a new feature. So if I build a new feature, I will probably only talk about it for 5 minutes and put it online. I hope that the people who are subscribed to my channel are not upset of me, let's say 1 in every 5 videos, putting some of this technical information there. I will stop doing that when summer hits, because by then I'm assuming that I've finished all the software I want to make. So again, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.